prejudice. Wrote a song about it? Like to hear it? Here you go. Freedom Life.
Panties and Sports. This is DizzieMac here with the First Lady of Sports Talk, the one and only Cheryl Smith. And I'm joined by the Shimmy Shake girls up in here. They shimmying and shaking. Boy, they got their black and silver on today at our panel. But hey, First Lady, we got a busy week this week. It's time, and we're already ready for what you said.
Each week we try to figure out what is going on in the sports world. Not the plays of the week, more like the players of the week. Are they trying to tell us something? So we ask, what you saying? Fly, little birdie, fly. Time keeps on slipping into the future. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. So I want to fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let the spirit carry me. I want to fly right into the future. The little birdie known as Derrick Rose wishes he could fly far, far away from those comets that left a lot of Chicago fans feeling he is ungrateful, and to add salt to the wound, he gets injured again. You only played a third of your games. You have been paid to play, and you are worried about a big money contract? The word on the court is that certain players on the team want to rough Rose up a bit in practice to remind him Chicago is not about to turn soft, regardless of the coach and whether he is injured. Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant, Steve Kerr, John Paxson, and Steve Miller Band are asking, what you saying? DizzieMac, why would Derrick Rose discuss his contract coming up in 2017? I mean, come on. He's at the NBA Media Day, and he's talking about his family's financial well-being is important, and he sees all that money that are passing out in this league. These comments were unsolicited by a reporter. I mean, let's face it. Derrick Rose is not the brightest star in the galaxy. And I mean his intelligence. He just doesn't get it.
It's too brute.
He doesn't get it. You know, the way he talks, Derrick Rose. He's a dud. I mean, come on now. This man hasn't played his contract out. He hasn't lived up to that mega 5-year contract. With the exception, he had one good year. But come on now, you've been out 30% of the time with injuries within 3 years. I mean, you need to talk about the upcoming performance and how you're going to make your team better. And this is a team that invested all the money in you. And like you said, karma is really real. You're talking about your contract, and I really think his teammates are about sick of him. And that's why they knocked his behind out. And he has a fracture orbital. Yeah, I think they were doing this on purpose. I don't know. I'm not going to say it like that. But I think they wanted to rough Derrick up a little bit because they're about sick of Derrick Rose, too, just like the Chicago fans are. I mean, he's really becoming one of the, arrogant players within the league. He's very arrogant. Arrogant and hasn't played that much. I know you're a Chicago fan, and you out in Chicago. What is the pulse of the people in Chicago regarding this Derrick Rose situation?
First Lady, first of all, we're going to ride like Bonnie and Clyde on this one. We're going to ride like Bonnie and Clyde because you kind of see it how I see it because Derrick Rose is not that kind of player that would stick his nose in there. He's not that way. He's not that kind of player. So if he's getting that close to the action, something was up, and I think the action was getting closer to him. And somebody said, hey, you want to get out? Take that with you out the door. I mean, he up in there sticking his nose in there and got that elbow. Or we should say got that bow. Yeah. Derrick Rose is getting a little bit too arrogant. Again, that was not the time nor place or space to go there and say, yeah, I'm looking forward to free agency. Because, again, you keep getting injured, who's going to want you? How you going to get your money? You might as well stay there in Chicago and do your thing because, believe me, you are not going to talk that slick stuff here in Chicago and not have somebody check you and chin check you and just have you, stand up for whatever it is you may be trying to put out. Because if you're not on the court, you cannot get the money. And you're not going to be looking like a signature elite player that you want to get paid as. First Lady, I can definitely see you would not want Derrick Rose dating your daughter.
There may be a couple of reasons for that one. But I do want to say that with Rose, the Chicago Bulls should trade Rose.
Oh, absolutely. Well, they
should trade Rose. They should trade Rose. With him, they didn't do much better than without him.
Exactly.
And the player, I don't have the player's name, who caused the injury, did not say I was sorry. Did not say he was sorry.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, did not.
I think it was
so First Lady, the team is about DizzieMac. They are about sick of this.
Yeah.
And it's like that. And they also were sending a message to management, to the new coach, that we are a tough team. We play tough. So whatever you're gonna come up with, tough gonna be there, whether you got Derrick Rose or not. Which, if I'm a coach, thank you. Could you imagine LeBron on the Bulls? He'd have some rough riders. But back to y'all.
Rose is soft. He didn't want to play the first injury game. He was ready to play. They gave him the clearance, and he didn't want to come in. So come on.
Call him Charmin.
Charmin. He's soft as Charmin.
Call him Charmin. Not Derrick Rose. Charmin Rose.
Who's going to want
Charmin
Rose? What team is going to take Derrick Rose? I mean, they owe him, $40 million left on his contract for 2 years. I mean, they maybe can trade him his last year, but I don't think there's going to be anybody that's going to bite on that contract this year. I mean,
give him away.
Unless you're Sacramento. Maybe Sacramento Kings will do it. They're very
Give him away.
Give him away.
Give him away. Sometimes it's better to say, well, you know what? The money gone. It's gone. Let me just give him away and work on the next person.
Ouch.
Give him away.
Give him away. Take him to the pond.
All right. DizzieMac, over to you. DizzieMac, over to you.
Ouch. Ouch. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years, rocking my pins, putting suckers on shit, making the tears rain down like a milestone. Listen to the bass go boom. Explosions, overpowered, over the competition, I'm towering. Wrecked and shot. When I drop these lyrics, I'll make you call the cops. Don't you dare stare. You better move. Don't ever compare me to the rest. That'll all get you sliced and diced. Competition band up price. I'm going to knock you out. Mama said knock you out. We are not talking about George Foreman versus Ron Lyle. Great bout. Arturo Gatti versus Mickey Ward. A trilogy. Or James J. Braddock versus Max Baer. Here comes the bear. We are talking about the knockout punch landed by coach Mike Tomlin of the Pittsburgh Steelers on his team and his kicker by blowing a victory. Mike Vick played a good game and had a couple of seriously dropped passes. Seriously. Antonio Brown. But the fourth down play calling was horrendous and kept giving Baltimore opportunity after opportunity after opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. Is that enough opportunities to win the game? Was this the kicker's fault? Is Scooby about to be Scooby-Doo? Does the offensive coordinator stick or suck without Big Ben? Is Tomlin starting to act a little too much like the gambler? What happened to the running game? Jerome Bettis, the bus, Franco Harris, John Starworth, and Fast Freddie are asking, what you saying? Oh, well, clearly a case of overcoaching yourself. Despite the drop touchdown pass by Antonio Brown.
They get no break.
No break, because you said you're the best receiver in the league. You had all that, talking that smack in ESPN magazine. You still have a very winnable game. The game is in your control. Yes, I understand. The kicker didn't miss too. He hits on them field goals, you win. You're able to maybe even live without the fake punt, but I don't know. You just called some garbage. I don't know what was going on in your mind, Mike Thomas. Too much dancing, too much mugging for the camera, but you outcoached yourself and gave the Ravens the opportunity to get to get more physical than you. Justin Forsett running for over 150 yards, just running over. You had over about 130 or more of them yards in the second half. They beat you at your own game. So, no, that's coaching. First lady, that's coaching. I mean, I put that on the coach. Put your big boy pants on and take the blame on this one. First lady,
as the coach, yeah, he should take the blame, but DizzieMac, I mean, that was a bad loss for the Steelers, and I'm going to place blame all around. But I'm going to start off with the kicker. Scooby-Doo Scobie deserves most of the blame for missing the 2 field goals in the last 2.5 minutes of the regular time. I mean, he should have made those field goals. I mean, it didn't make sense. I mean, if he had made the field goals, the game would have been over. So Scooby-Doo will be looking for a new job, definitely. Steelers need to hire a new place kicker. Get somebody out of college. I mean, you can't get any worse than what you have right now. Next, I got to blame the offensive coordinator, Todd Haley, for his bad play calling in the fourth quarter and, more importantly, in overtime. So 4th and 2. There was 4th and 2, and they tried to have Michael Vick run. How many times was Michael Vick sacked during the whole game? It looked like to me it might have been, 3 or 4 times? He was sacked the entire game. This man had nothing in it. Michael Vick can't run like he used to run. I mean, what about giving the ball to Bell? I mean, he's your best offensive weapon without Ben Roethlisberger being in the game. Come on now, you got to have a running game. And then the last play that really was the mess up, their last play, 4th and 1, and you have Vick passing it to Brown. Come on. Yes, Vick missed the pass, but that's bad play calling. It doesn't make sense to me. You know, the entire fourth quarter and overtime, this offensive coordinator did not have a good game plan, Todd Haley. So I don't know what's up with that. But also I got to blame Mike Tomlin because when it was 4th and 1, it was 9 minutes left in the game. Now, he made the right call not to go for the field goal because we all know Scobie was missing. So I wouldn't even try to take a chance having him to kick. It would have been, a 51 yards kick? So, no, he couldn't do that. So I really think he should have just punted the ball at with that 4th down. I mean, or even given to Bell. I mean, maybe he should have override what the coach, the offensive coordinator, chose. You know, maybe, that's when he should have overruled it. He should have said, no, let's go with Bell. But no, to have Mike Vick pass, I mean, I just didn't understand it. I mean, I know Mike Vick can pass, but it just, to me, this man hasn't played in a long time. So I think you put too much pressure on Mike Vick to make the final play. And I think maybe that's why they should have punted the ball. They still would have a lot of chance to, it was 9 minutes left of the game. They could have, come back. And they've been, basically, the defense was doing a good job. They was holding Flacco down, but in the fourth, in the overtime. So, you have to place blame all over. And I'm not going to blame Michael Vick. Because, Michael Vick hasn't played in a long time. Yeah, he missed that pass. But how can you blame somebody who really hasn't played? He really did a yeoman's job coming in for Big Ben. I mean,
and remember, Mike had a short week. He wasn't expected to start.
Right. That's right.
Thursday night game, he didn't even have a full week of prep. Mike Vick did not look bad.
Yeah, he didn't. I mean, he did
He didn't look bad. It's hard to put any kind of blame on him. The last pass, but that shouldn't even been a play in the game. But I do have to say that First Lady, I have to kind of go with you there that the offensive coordinator Tomlin should have overruled that. Both those fourth down. And because it also says, like, I don't trust my defense. They weren't in terrible position with a punt.
Oh no, they would have been. If they had punted,
the defense would have been. They would have been in a great position.
Yeah, because they would have had a hard time to come back. So like I say, it was 9 minutes left. It was actually 9:45, 9 minutes and 45 seconds left in the game. So it was still a lot of time. So to me, it really didn't make sense. So I put blame all around. So I mean, that's going to come back to haunt the Steelers if they don't get to the playoffs. Yeah, so it's going to come back to haunt them definitely.
Yes, but hey, we'll see. Like I said, how they play without Big Ben, how they adjust. Do they have an identity now? I don't know. But First Lady, they get to their break.
The first two listeners to email us or send a shout-out why the boxers mentioned are grouped together will receive a $25 gift card from our friends at sportsacademy.com. and an additional $25 gift card from our partners at NFLshop.com. Stay tuned. Coming up next, we have a performance from Maja 7th on the first part of Shoutout.
Free Mr. Vine, First Lady for President.
Let me ask you a question. Are you getting enough? I bet you'd love more, right? Well, AdamandEve.com wants to give you more with 10 free gifts. First, you'll get a sexy surprise for her. Second, a specially selected toy for him. And third, a little something we know you'll both enjoy. Plus, you'll get 6 full-length adult movies on DVD. And number 10, free shipping on your entire order. So what do you have to do to get your 10 free gifts? It's not hard. Just go to AdamandEve.com and select any one item. It could be an adventurous new toy, sexy piece of lingerie, or anything you desire. Just enter offer code FREE61 at checkout, and you'll get all 10 free gifts. Go check out AdamandEve.com today. Select one item and get 10 free gifts, including free shipping, when you enter offer code FREE61. That's FREE61 at AdamandEve.com.
The music flows in from around the globe to get a shout-out from the panel. First Lady, man, I can't wait to hear the music from Maja 7.
On Shoutout, we feature new independent artists who are looking to find their shining star. If we like what we hear, we'll give the track a shout-out. If we don't like it, we hit the mute. This morning, we have Maja 7th out of Indianapolis, Indiana, with their album, Get Familiar. All right, DJ, let's hear My Season.
Feeling like I'm expensive things. I mean, when you black, you see the sports or the triple beam. I try to run it, they're like, motherfuckers tripping me. I wanna fly, sing the wings too high to get to me. Look at the sky like, what the fuck, cause he ain't hearing me. My granny say people dying every day and night, but I'd rather die alive than be dead inside. On the road, the richest bitches and diamond rings, open toes, hitting switches and climate change. I dream too big to fit a picture, so I'll be gone to November, Thanksgiving, nigga. I'm a save myself, but I don't need dreams to save it all. Feeling like I'm gonna make it all. What is my everything? Everything else will be done. That's how I'm feeling. Feeling like I'm gonna make it all. What is my for to take it all? And this is for my city, all the singers, all the rappers, all the dreamers, keep dreaming. Yeah. You know there's a light at the end of the tunnel, it's almost show season. And you can tell the world don't sleep on me. You can catch me out there in the streets. Mama calling me. Trying to save myself, but I'm in the streets trying to save it all. Feeling like I'm gonna make it all. What is my body doing? Everything else will be done. Somebody makes it all. Feeling like I'm gonna make it all. What is my body doing? Yeah.
All right, that was Maja 7 with My Season. All right, is that song going to be getting the shout out? Or are we going to hit the mute button? All right, let me go to DizzieMac. What did you think of My Season?
Wow. It was long. Long song. I'm going to give it a yo. I didn't quite get it, so maybe I have to listen to it again. So I'm going to give it a yo first, lady.
Okay, you're not going to say it's a hit the mute button, but you're going to yo it. Okay, you said a long song. Okay. Ronnie B, what did you think of My Season?
It was a long song because it was that bad. It was, and Maja 7th. I'm like, I understand. I see why Maja 1 through 6 didn't do too well. Maybe when they get the Maja 10th, they might get it worked out. The beginning of the track was horrid, and the end was horrid, and what was in the middle was like a sampling of what they might be able to do. And I'm hitting the mute.
You gonna hit the mute? Well, boy, I think we were like all over the page here. I didn't find it that bad. Listen, I don't know what I was.
well, there it is. Whenever you say I don't find it that bad, bad is already there.
Okay, well then I'm gonna give it a yo, like DizzieMac, because maybe I don't know. It wasn't as where I would have to hit the mute button. I could get into it a little bit. Maybe that's what you were talking about, the middle of the song. But I'm gonna yo it to DizzieMac. I'm not ready to hit the mute button on Maja 7th. Maja, if you Spanish, Maja 7th. Okay. So anyway, we'll get their name correct.
They don't even know who they are, and then it took 7 tries.
All right. On part 2 of Shadow, we'll have another performance from Maja 7th. Is that the sound of my favorite underwater friend? Is it time for Flip It?
And we don't
That's right. You know what time it is. You see the little splashy one about, you know. It is time for Flip It, where our hosts defend a point and then flip the script and defend the opposing view. Imagine an NFL player trapped, looking around, it's dark, trapped, sweat rolling down his forehead in a college-age game created by the NFL Players Association and the NFL itself. LSU star rusher Leonard Fournette was actually questioned about sitting out his junior year in college because he is NFL ready and why risk injury. We asked the panel to defend. If you can join the military and fight for our country at 18, why should you be denied earning a living in the NFL if you are clearly ready? The rule needs to change. Defend DizzieMac. And we had DizzieMac on the defense. It looks like we're having a little technical problem. First Lady, defend.
The rule needs to change because of what we know about concussions and football. The more years players are playing has the potential to harm them. The average football player plays in Pop Warner, high school, college, and pros. By the time they are eligible to be a professional player, they have played many years and have a lot of wear and tear on their body. And so, therefore, this rule needs to change so players have an opportunity to play professionally at an earlier age, so limiting the potential harm football players endure for playing football for so many years. It's not incidental that the average playing years for a pro athlete in the NFL is 3 years, according to the NFL Players Association. Now, the NFL claims the average career is 6 years, regardless of which stat you want to use. It's a very short playing span. And I'm not sure if someone has ever obtained the statistics, but I guarantee you that most players are more productive in their first and second years in the pro than they are in that third year. So, it makes you really wonder if Roger needs to stop dodging this issue and change the rule.
All right, you heard the defense from First Lady, and let's see, we're having a few technical difficulties with the Dizzy one, but we'll work to get that cleared up. The First Lady, I'm going to defend that, and look, if with all the evaluation that the NFL does of a player before they will even put a 6th-round draft pick, and I forget how many rounds, but 6, 7, 8 rounds, they do a lot of work to analyze, determine who they're going to pick. Well, if these same folks and these other pros say, wow, we'll spend the money on this athlete right now, they are ready. And if they're ready and they're legally able, of age to, earn a living, as First Lady said, productive years that they could be earning money in the NFL and possibly leaving the game before it has a traumatic impact on their body, but they would have made a nice income, that could be a good thing. And I'll put it like this. The NFL and the Players Union is in cahoots because the Players Union does not want these younger players coming in because they know the deal. The NFL owners will start cutting away at them veterans, and that means their money is going to get impacted. But let's flip the script. We asked the panel to defend. This is flip it. We got to flip it the other way. Only a fraction of the players in the NBA who came out after high school had productive, prosperous careers. If the rule ain't broken, don't fix it for one player who has the talent. Do we have DizzieMac back? All right. I don't know. Did Dizzy go out to the East Coast or something? I don't know, First Lady, you know. All right. He might be stuck out there with Jacqueline. You know how he do, you know. Yeah, we think he in Chicago, he in New York, but okay. Well, First Lady, I'm going to start the defense on this. You look at Kevin Garnett. You know, you look at a Kobe, and you go, and LeBron. Hey, they came right out of high school into the pros. But they are a small number of athletes the NBA declared as ready to go to the NBA out of high school who made it that big. They were just so clearly head and waters above everybody. But others haven't heard much about them. Why? Because they ain't in the NBA anymore. And it probably would have served many of them better to have played in college, got more of the fundamentals of the game down before they got hit with these big boys, with these big bodies, and where they could have matured into the game, literally just got broke down. NFL, it's so few players out of high school and junior year, freshman year in college, who would be above, like way out the box above where they'd be NBA, where they'd be NFL quality. These guys need to stay in college, get that seasoning so that they are prepared. And then, hey, how much commitment you gonna have if you're gonna sit out a year to protect yourself from injury? What you gonna do when they paying you the big money and you're like, well, you know, I got to look at my next year. You know, hey, that's gonna be on their mind too. Leave the rule alone. First Lady defend.
Why should we think that an 18-year-old is ready for the demands of professional football when they will be boys among men? An 18-year-old is still growing and has not fully matured. If the rule was changed to allow the 18-year-olds to enter the NFL, can you imagine that would allow the floodgates to open and all the 18-year-olds that think they can play will not make it to an NFL team? Where will they go? What will they do? They will no longer be eligible for college football. Therefore, you'll also create issues for the collegiate football level. The NFL is great. Collegiate football is great. Does it make sense to change the rule because of one phenomenon? For one phenom? Of course not. The rule is in place for the betterment of professional and collegiate football. It doesn't need to be fixed because it is not broken.
Well, you heard the defense this week, but we're it's time for us to move on. First Lady, please take us to break.
Stay tuned. Up next, the funnies and our favorite underwater friend on Flip It Part 2.
Let me ask you a question. Are you getting enough? I bet you'd love more, right? Well, AdamandEve.com wants to give you more with 10 free gifts. First, you'll get a sexy surprise for her. Second, a specially selected toy for him. And third, a little something we know you'll both enjoy. Plus, you'll get 6 full-length adult movies on DVD. And number 10, free shipping on your entire order. So what do you have to do to get your 10 free gifts? It's not hard. Just go to AdamandEve.com and select any one item. It could be an adventurous new toy, sexy piece of lingerie, or anything you desire. Just enter offer code FREE61 at checkout, and you'll get all 10 free gifts. Go check out AdamandEve.com today. Select one item and get 10 free gifts, including free shipping, when you enter offer code FREE61. That's FREE61 at AdamandEve.com.
You are listening to Bras, Panties and Sports. Welcome back. It's time for the funnies. Ronnie B, over to you.
All right, I had I see the remnants of a bearskin rug, but we don't see DizzieMac and the Shimmy Shake girls. They done boogie too. So me and First Lady got the studio. First Lady, we finally have our 31st Need to Grow story of the season. Yay! Yay! Woo, 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 woo.
You got it.
Police. Bank robbers post photos of cash on Facebook. An Ohio couple suspected of robbing a bank proved to be their own worst enemies when they posted pictures on social media posing with cash. Johnny Morgan II entered the savings bank in Asheville, Ohio, and handed the teller a note. The teller handed him an undisclosed amount of cash. And Morgan, authorities said after they identified Morgan as a suspect, they came across Facebook photos of him brazenly posing with large amounts of cash. One photo shows Morgan with a wad of bills stuffed in his mouth. Morgan's girlfriend, Ashley K. Dubois, was also charged for taking part in the alleged robbery. While authorities aren't sure whether the money in the photos came from the savings bank incident, they think it's likely since Morgan did not have a job when he uploaded the pictures of the money. According to Police Lieutenant Parrish, his lack of fruitful employment at the time wouldn't generate money to that extent. Both are charged with third-degree felony charges of robbery, fifth-degree felony charges of theft, and are each being held on $250,000 bonds.
My goodness, people. That's
oh, God.
oh, my God, yeah.
Addicted to social media.
You should not be. That's right, social media. Don't post things on Facebook if you don't have a job with all that cash money. Come on, he was making it rain.
Oh God! I saw the Facebook. Oh, he got this big. He just blinked, and I'm like, why, dude? Why? But we'll just. But on the flip it. Time for Flip It, where a host defend a point and then flip the script and defend the opposing view. Kevin Durant has said comments by Stephen A. Smith, comments made by Stephen A. Smith, that he is looking to leave and go to the Lakers are a lie. Damn. Stephen A. Kevin Durant just blasted you, said you lie. Man, he did that quicker than a Republican with Obama.
Yeah.
Okay, we got DizzieMac back. The technical difficulty got solved. Panel defend. Kevin Durant should think long and hard and look right at the Lakers with all that fat cap space and young, hungry players. DizzieMac defend.
Kevin Durant should be a Los Angeles Laker. That's the next step. He can take over for Kobe, come in there to L.A. and still have several good years left and be the face of that organization. They're going to have buku cap space. And who better to get that money to than the Kevin Durant? Yeah, that's right. Get out of OKC and get to L.A. We love L.A.
All right, DizzieMac says, Lakerland. Okay. First Lady, defend. Fat cap space, young, hungry players, a lot of money.
Kevin Durant, Stephen A. Smith has broken a lot of crazy stories, and I'm going to say that the fact that you addressed this story, there is some teeth to this story. You want to be the man, and now Russell Westbrook had a mad breakout season last year, and it may be difficult for both of you to be on the same team. It makes sense for you to go to L.A., who is starving for a replacement for Kobe, and KD would be the right fit to bring Showtime back to L.A. If KD puts his mind to it, he could be Magic and Kobe rolled up into one player. He can run, he can pass, he can shoot the lights out. L.A. would love to play the up-tempo, and KD would be the man in L.A. So, KD, stop calling Stephen A. Smith a liar. You know you want to go to L.A.
Laker girls, Laker girls.
Yeah.
But you know, we got to flip the script and say panel defend. Durant needs to walk on by. LA's basketball equivalent of the dysfunctional Raiders era of horrid management. Stephen A. Smith, you still lie. You still lie. But Durant needs to lead that dysfunctional team alone. DizzieMac, defend.
Kevin Durant, stay in OKC. You played there. You're probably the face of the franchise, even though Russell Westbrook had a breakout season. You need to stay there and make it back to the finals and win. You got all that you need. You just need a couple more pieces, but you're getting back to where you were. You're getting back healthy. And, hey, I know it's been frustrating, and you've gone under a lot with that foot. Stay in OKC. End it where you started. Get the money. You're going to have the money. You're going to be able to play with Westbrook. You need a running mate. He's the best one that you got at the guard position. Stay.
Sit, Durant, sit. All right. First Lady, defend.
Kevin Durant, you don't want to go to the Los Angeles Lakers. I mean, come on now. With Jim Buss, that organization is not the same days of Showtime Lakers. It is so dysfunctional. They don't know what they want. They are looking for a replacement for Kobe. But do you want to be behind the shadow of Kobe Bryant? And is Kobe willing to let you become the man? That's the main question. You know, Kobe has an ego. He thinks he can still play. And he thinks he is still the man in L.A. Now, I know he's on the last year of his contract, KD, but come on now. Kobe is going to come back to the Lakers for a shorter period of time. So you don't want to be behind Kobe and take all of this upon yourself. Who else does the Lakers have? I mean, you have a great team in OKC. You got Russell Westbrook, who is now becoming your equivalent, basically. The two of you can really take the Oklahoma City team to the championship. So, KD, let's just make sure that we call Stephen A. Smith the liar that he is, and you stay in OKC.
All right, you've heard the defense this week from Flip It, but it is time, because we know there will be no line, to see who will be our hardball champ. First Lady, over to you.
All right, it is time for the hardball champs, and to see where we are with our picks. Unfortunately, this week we do not have our results. It was a rough week for our production assistants, but we'll make sure that they'll come back next week. So let's get to the current week's picks. Cubs will beat the Pirates for more than 2 runs. DizzieMac. Cubs will beat the Pirates by more than 2 runs.
Correct. Cubs on the road.
Yeah, you say the Cubs are on the road. By more than 2 runs, you say yes.
Yeah.
I will say no. Ronnie B., Joe's pick?
You know, this is a tough one because it's wild card.
Yeah, it's a wild card.
Them, so they both battling. Nobody trying to. And they're really kind of closely. Well, they're closely matched teams. So I could see it being 1-2 runs. I'm going to say no.
Okay. Yankees will beat. You're going no. Okay. Yankees will beat their wild card opponent by less than 2 runs. Ronnie B.
Okay, for Joe, it'll be less than 2 runs. Yes.
DizzieMac.
More than 2 runs.
I'll say it will be more than 2 runs. Whoever their wild card opponent will be. They're still working on that. Royals and Cardinals will win first game against their series opponents. I'm going to say yes. DizzieMac.
I would say yes too, First Lady.
Ronnie B., Joe's pick?
Yes.
Blue Jays will have only 1 home run in their first game of their series. Ooh, Ronnie B, let me start with you.
Yes.
DizzieMac.
Yes.
I'm going to say no. All right, that's going to be our picks. We'll see how we do. We're coming into playoffs now, so it's going to get mighty interesting to see who that hardball champ will be. On the other side of the break, we'll have another performance from Maja 7th on Shout Out. Please stay tuned.
Double free Mr. Vine. Mr. Vine free with sauce on top.
Another day, another restless night, crying myself to sleep. Another day of relentless phone calls from credit card companies demanding payment. Another day wondering if filing bankruptcy or getting one of those debt consolidation loans is the only way to go. A friend said, "Stop crying. Just call Sharon, the debt destroyer." Sharon and her team of experts work hard to help you eliminate your credit card debt and get you and your credit back on track. No bankruptcy, no loans, your credit card debt eliminated. I called Sharon and her team of experts went right to work with a plan that made sense. I am sleeping peacefully knowing my credit card debt is being destroyed and my credit is getting back on track. Have your credit card debt destroyed and get a good night's sleep? Contact Sharon, the Debt Destroyer, at yourdebtdestroyed.com or call 888-431-2829, extension 2.
You're listening to Bros, Panties and Sports. It's time for Shout Out Part 2, the picks and the finale. The music flows around the globe to get a shout out from the First Lady and the panel.
We have another DizzieMac, I'm sorry, I'm overruling you over here. Okay, we have another performance from Maja 7th on Shout Out, and they're going to play On My Own.
I'm about to jam this thing, man. Check out this thing. Space so dry. Beyond this thing. Major 7. Southside of the house. I'm on my leg. I'm on my leg. I'm on my leg. Damn, late again with the rent. And if I get the chippers to pay it, my money spent. Whatever you wanna do with it, I'm just game and flipping this shit. So my man just hit my hand, I'm too gangster to stick to real. You want to go back to school, I just do my dirty beautiful. If you ever do down on me, I guarantee I gave you the blue. Nigga played it 22, 9 dubs in my suit. My dude Big B blessed me with a piece that showed me what you can move. Shooting zones to the crew. Oh yeah, we hop a fuck stop. Causing ruckus, serving my suckers up at the truck stop. Shit was grimy, switching from the green to white was hella fast. Caught my nigga Sonny with 40-100 blast. Do the math. Did you send the Roni moving Tony? To the 20s when I used to peel the string off my baloney. The words to all you phonies that wanna be bossy. These rap niggas will tell you about the purse, but they won't tell you about the loss. Nobody gonna give it to me, I'm gon' take it. Until I pay the way, man, I can't be faded. If there's a problem coming to me, I'm gon' face it. On my own, my own, my own, my own. I'm working down the clock, keeping my spot waiting. And I be talking props in my clock, can't wait it. The neighbors on my block told me I couldn't make it. On my own, my own, my own, my own. Started on 72nd and Bearskin, when mama used to dress the drawer for my baby crib. Just that exhibit A and get it how you live. You know poverty breeds the most creative shit. Moved to the hundreds by age 1. By 10 I saw crack cooked and shot a gun. Back then the OGs called it shouting folks. Infatuated by Chevrolets and hundreds. That's right. Check me out, I learned my lit like the ABC. The 3 L's and 5 people like I.D. Niggas just turned 12 and see my first murder. Still can't forget the smell of hot flesh burning. Learning money comes fast, believe people quicker. So never put it over your family or your niggas. Take your own path, fuck the people, don't feel you. The only man you answer is the man in the mirror. Nobody don't give it to me, I'm gon' take it. Until I fade away, man, I can't be faded. If any problem coming to me, I'm gon' face it. On my own, my own, my own, my own. I'm working down the clock, keeping my spot waiting. And I be talking guap till my pocket waiting. The neighbors on my block told me I couldn't make it. On my own, my own, my own, my own.
DizzieMac, what did you think of On My Own?
First lady, I kind of like that. We're going to give that a shout out there. You know, we kind of like that better than the other song, and it was a little more upbeat. The Shimmy Shake Girls are doing their thing. So shout out Maja 7th.
Okay. Ronnie B, are you going to give this one a shout out, or are you going to hit the mute again?
Well, you know, I think their problem is that actually they have good lyrics, but a horrid music mix. And you know, because actually I thought the lyrics and the rapping was great, but if it didn't have all the stuff, I think they just put too much stuff.
Yeah.
And that just totally takes away. And the ending is horrid. You know what I mean? Like they could have just left that part out, that 15, 20 seconds or whatever, just leave it alone. But their intro and their end is just like, I'm hitting the mute button. I don't know what the hell they do. But I do recommend this. Look, y'all got great lyrics. Whoever you got doing your mixing, fire them. Get somebody that emphasizes you and leave that mix alone. Woof.
You didn't like that moaning sound, huh?
I don't know what the hell they were doing that and all sorts of crap. You know, I think they would have been better off with no music.
Right. I hear you, Ronnie B. I'm a yo it. I mean, even some of the things you said, Ronnie B. I mean, the rapping was great, but like you indicated, the music wasn't that it wasn't a perfect match for the rapping, and so I'm gonna yo it. Like I said, not quite against their music, but they do need to work on some things. That's the end of the shout-out. If you like what you heard from Maja 7th, check them out at Maja7music.com. And Maja is M-A-J-A, 7music.com. If you would like to be heard or have any comments, you can send your emails and tracks to panties@oldgrumpyradio.com. It's time for the NFL picks. I have been NFL champ 3 times. Will this be the year I am unseated? I don't think so. But again, our production assistants, we do not have the results from last week, so we will have the results the following week. All right, let's get to the games. For 25 points per game, Dolphins versus the Jets. All right, I'll start this one off. Miami Dolphins and the Jets are playing in London. London Bridge will be falling down if the Dolphins do not win this game. They may have Joe Philbin may be fired, may not come back as the Dolphins coach. But guess what? I don't think the Dolphins are going to win the game. I'm going to go with the Jets. DizzieMac, who do you have?
You're right. One of the bridges are going to be coming down in Miami. As the Jets are going to be eating tuna. The Jets over Miami. In London. Can I get a started cheap?
Yeah, that's a 9:30 in the morning game come Sunday morning. Ronnie B, what is Joe's pick?
Well, I'll put it like this, that there's something going on in the Dolphins quote organization that's been hidden. But actually, given all the last couple of years, it really hasn't. I think management made some good moves with players, but there's still something underlying in the team. I'm going to have to go with the Jets. Rookie coach got them playing.
Mm-hmm. Bills versus the Giants. Ronnie B, what is Joe's pick?
Giants.
Okay, DizzieMac.
Wow, First Lady. I'm going to go with the Bills. Rex Ryan has got something going on up there in Buffalo, and Eli just too inconsistent. Peyton, he's not. The Bills.
All right. You're going with the Bills. I agree with you, DizzieMac. They're at home. They're playing the Bills. The Giants are playing at Buffalo. So I'm definitely going to go with the Bills. I think they are really playing well. And, they may give the Patriots a run for money in that division. They'll definitely be number 2. And they'll probably be going to the playoffs. All right, the next game, Broncos versus the Vikings. This is a tough game. Who would have thunk that the Vikings would have, are really, really playing real well. Adrian Peterson had a fantastic game. They are playing the Mile High Denver, so it's going to be interesting. I'm going to have to go with the Vikings. I'm going to say that they're going to go in there and run the Broncos out. The Broncos have been kind of iffy to me. They really haven't played well. So I'm going to look for a minor upset. DizzieMac, who do you have?
I'm going to go with Minnesota. Watch Adrian Peterson do his thing, control the clock. They're going to control the ball on Peyton, keep him off the field, and force him into a couple of turnovers. Minnesota in the upset.
Ronnie B.
Peyton Manning gets sacked 3 times. Vikings.
Okay. And finally, the Chiefs versus the Bengals. Well, I'm going to ride and die with the Bengals. I'm definitely going to go with the Bengals. Even though the Chiefs, they really need a desperate win, but I'm going to say the Bengals. Ronnie B, what's Joe's pick?
As much as I think the Bengals, they're not even sneaking up on nobody. Folks are just acting like that because of the playoff losses. But I'm going to go with Chiefs need the game bad, so I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
DizzieMac?
I'm going to go with the Chiefs. Watch Andy Reid bring out a couple of new wrinkles, get his offense going, and pull the upset over the Bengals.
All right, let's get to the scoop. Which quarterback will throw the most interceptions? Luke McCowan or Brandon Weeden? 500 for the correct answer, 800 for the incorrect. Mine is 800 for the incorrect answer. Wow. I'm going to go with McGowan. I'm going to say he's going to have the most interceptions. DizzieMac.
I'm going to go with Brandon Weeden.
Okay, all right.
You know who they're playing? They're playing the Saints. Anyway, Cowboys are playing the Saints. Ronnie B.
I'm going to have to, for Joe, I'm going to have to go with Luke. Dallas defense is they're a lot better than the Saints defense.
Yeah.
So I give them much better chance of getting interceptions than New Orleans.
So you're saying that Luke will have
Luke will have the most interceptions.
Right. Okay, that's what I said too. Okay, which team will give up the most points? Which team will give up the most points? The 49ers or the Rams? DizzieMac, I'm going to start with you. This is interesting. The Rams are playing the Cardinals, and the 49ers are playing the Green Bay Packers. So who do you think is going to give up the most points?
The 49ers.
Okay.
Well, the 49ers will go with the most points.
I'm going to say the Rams will give up the most points because they're playing the Cardinals. As you know, the Cardinals are really putting some points on the board there. So I'm going with the Rams will give up the most points. Ronnie B for Joe's pick.
49ers.
Okay, all right. Going against that bad man, Aaron Rodgers. Which team will have the most turnovers, the Texans or the Lions? 800 for the correct answer, minus 700 for the incorrect. I'm going to say the Texans. Ronnie B for Joe's pick.
I think Foster, I think he may return, but I'm going to go with the Lions. The Lions just, even if it's just bad luck, I think it's going to be the Lions have the most turnovers.
DizzieMac.
I'm going to go with the Texans. Texans are, give it up. Smooth.
All right. Which team will have more rushing yards, Minnesota or Arizona? 900 for the correct answer, minus 800 for the incorrect answer. DizzieMac, I'll start with you.
Minnesota. Of course.
Certainly. Yes, I agree with you, DizzieMac. I think Minnesota will have the most rushing yards between the two teams. Arizona likes to pass more. Okay, Ronnie B, what's Joe's pick?
Arizona.
Arizona. Going to Cardinals. All right, let's get to the upsets. Will Houston upset Atlanta? 300 for the correct answer, minus 1,000 for the incorrect answer. I'll start this off. No. Atlanta is 3-0, and I don't think Houston is the team to beat them at this stage. So I'm going to say no. DizzieMac.
I'm going to say no, too.
All right, Ronnie B.
And going to go no with Houston upsetting Atlanta.
Okay. Let's get to Tampa. Will upset the Panthers. 300 for the correct answer, minus 1,000 points for the incorrect answer. Ronnie B, give me Joe's pick.
If there's any chance, the Panthers playing good ball. But if Tampa Bay's going to sneak and get somebody, this might be the week that the Panthers have a little bit of a letdown, going against an opponent that's not up there. So I'm going to say I'm going to go with Tampa for the upset. I'm going to go with the upset that they have. Panthers are going to have a stumble this week.
You think the Panthers will have a stumble? Okay, DizzieMac.
Well, yeah, because it's going to be Jameis Winston leading the drive in the fourth quarter to take out Cam Newton.
I've been talking about all of these Heisman Trophy winners going against each other. Here we got another one, a Heisman Trophy win. Yes, again, this is 4 consecutive weeks. This has to be a record that 2 Heisman Trophy winners are going against each other and their quarterbacks. So I'm going to go with the Panthers. I'm going to ride with Cam Newton. And I agree with you, Ronnie B. It could be an upset. I was leaning towards Tampa, but I just think the Panthers are going to win. I don't know. I just don't think the Panthers are going to lose to Tampa. I think Cam Newton's going to be ready for Jameis Winston. All right, we'll see how we did regarding these picks, and we'll definitely have those scores for next week. Before we go, it's time to find out what we missed this week. DizzieMac, what did you miss?
I missed Jonathan Papelbon choking out a potential NL MVP, Bryce Harper. Choked him out in the dugout.
Because he wouldn't run out a fly pop. Oh, you think they're upset with him. All right, Ronnie B., what did you miss this week?
That 5-time Pro Bowler gets 5 years in a New Jersey prison. 5-time NFL Pro Bowler gets 5 years in a New Jersey prison for banking and mortgage fraud. And that would be one Irving Fryer.
Oh yeah, that's in Burlington County.
Yeah, God, but at least he did a white collar crime.
Yeah, that's his mother too is also involved with that process.
Yeah, she was convicted, but they gave her 3 years probation. Parole.
3 years. Okay. All right. Well, I missed all of the scandal regarding the Louisville basketball sex scandal.
What?
You hear about that? Oh my gosh, that's going to be a mess. You got to wonder regarding whether Coach Pitino knew something about this. But the allegations are about the staffer Andre McGee. He brought escorts into the dorms for parties and paid for women to strip for the teams, and they had sex with the recruits. That's a bad thing. So we're going to see how this plays out. We'll see, but I don't know how Coach Pitino didn't know all that was going on under his wings. All right, this is Cheryl Smith and DizzieMac. You have been listening to Bras, Panties, and Sports.